Hey guys, Mary and Justin here at Bandai Namco for TGS 2015, and we probably saw one of the most amazing things I've ever seen Star Wars related, Justin.
I don't know about the most amazing thing Star Wars related, but Bandai Namco has a really cool arcade machine here. And like, arcades are still alive and well in Japan. And this is something like maybe we'll see in the US, but it's called the Star Wars Battle Pod. It's here behind us. And even though it's not on hydraulics, it gives you the sense of being in these different ships and different vehicles from the Star Wars universe. One of them you got to try out was actually just one of the speeder bikes from
Endor, yeah. I was on Endor. It was amazing how realistic it felt. So the screen actually wraps around you almost like 180 degrees, so you really feel like you're there. And then you're on this speeder bike, which has got a predetermined set path that it's going to go. But you also get a throttle stick on your left, and then you get your attack on the right, and you have two different types of attack. There's just a regular gun, and then there's a missile launcher. And it feels so good to push that throttle forward and get this huge burst of speed, and then you're kind of shooting at the enemies as they are in your trajectory, and then maybe hitting a few missiles here and there. It's not an easy game though. It's got a little bit of difficulty depending on which level you pick.
And even outside of the traditional, like we know where there's going to be the run at Endor, there's going to be the Death Star trench run, there's going to be the Hawk level. One of the fun ones that I tried out was an alternate reality where you're playing as Darth Vader and you get to, I shot down Han Solo and I was just like destroying the rebels, and it felt so cool to be in his TIE bomber and just like flying around destroying all these enemies. And it gives you that sense of like moving around. Like, even though like I don't think it made a big difference, I would just like jerk the stick back and forth just to try to save myself, to make sure that I could get a lock on these enemies. And it gives you that really fun, exciting sense of being in those vehicles.
Definitely, and it did have some great surround sounds, so you could feel the different noises of your jet engines and people shooting at you from your right or from your left. You really got that feeling. And then in addition, they had a gust of wind that would hit your face when you hit the throttle, which is ironic because probably when you're in a ship you wouldn't feel wind, but I don't care because it felt real to me, and it really helps with that sense, especially on Endor, which you actually probably would feel that wind anyway. So maybe that's why I liked
that. I was like, this probably isn't going to fit, but it's like, no, when you're in the heat of the moment, it's like, no, it doesn't matter. I would have the wind in my face when I'm piloting this X-Wing.
It was incredibly vivid and real, and if there's anything that I want to experience, I want to be on a speeder bike in Endor, and that really did give me that amazing sense of exhilaration and satisfaction in the Star Wars universe. It was awesome.
Yeah. I don't know if a game like this would ever come to the US, but there are definitely Japanese arcades all across the world, and if you get the chance, I think this is a really fun one to try out.
Yeah, there's no doubt that this would be a very expensive addition to your home collection.
I wouldn't recommend buying one individually.
But I'd recommend you trying it out. That was one of the coolest things I've seen so far, and for everything else TGS related, be sure to head to GameSpot.com.